as a team. Solidify your love with our special vow renewal ceremony. Indulge in the unity dance, toast to your love, and enjoy elegant music from our saxophonist. Many participants agree this is an unparalleled opportunity to re-establish commitment and celebrate love, gain valuable insights from expert speakers, and engage in marriage-enriching workshops. Connect divinely with like-minded couples and marriage advocates. Don't miss out on this life-transforming experience. Visit sourceofwellness.org for a detailed agenda and registration information. Join us in sunny St. Lucia, March 2025, and together, let's keep epic marriages alive. See you there.
Wonderful. So I did tell you we're about to have a wonderful conversation. I'm not moving my music. That's all right. That's the right atmosphere right there. I told you, method to the madness. We're here to discuss Epic Marriage Conference. And I'm listening to this promo. Let me just give my little preamble because it's important to get it from that standpoint. I'm listening to this little promo. It almost feels foreign. Foreign in the sense that we have lost the edge so much of what it is that, the groundfulness, the mindfulness of true love, connection, marriage. Everybody on arrangement them days. So hearing this, it sounds so like what I'm used to back then. I'm not old. Um, I'm not old. It's sort of almost feel like it don't belong, you know, and this is sad. This is absolutely sad. I'm telling you, as real as it gets, because I think you guys are very timely.
Okay.
I think it's a timely intervention right now to get us back to the groundedness of what this thing really started off to be, what it's supposed to be, how we should be guided into, not losing the focus of what this thing was meant to be, what it was supposed to add to the fabric of our existence.
Yeah.
So I have some beautiful people. I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves. The beautiful is that Mrs.
Tanasha Gray.
That is it. All right. And we've got
Irene Gaspard.
Irene is also here. So Tanasha Gray, you and your
Husband, Jason. Yes.
is going to be the one conducting this conference.
Absolutely. It's our
Right.
greatest pleasure, really, to
Right.
host this conference.
Wonderful. No, it's not the first time you've done this. No.
No.
Tell me a little bit about what prompted you. Are you
Right.
is it what I was saying?
Yeah. And I just want to piggyback off of what you're saying, because I think so often we're leaving it chance to say whatever happens, we're going to get married and then there's no plan. There's no vision in place. We do not cast a vision for the marriage. So again, chance is not going to do it. We were asking you to join us at this particular conference because we're talking vision restored. So what prompted us to do this? That was your original question. Thank you
Yes.
so much for having us. We are advocates because of what we have been through in our personal relationships. And I want to say individually as a wife and the
Mhm.
husband, but also collectively as a couple. Again, we cannot forget that we are first a woman and a man,
Yes.
and we came together. So why lose your individuality within the marriage? Now we became one. And so we lost our way back then. Once God brought us back together, we attribute this as a calling in which we are so passionate about it, together with expert leaders and planners like Ms. Gaspard and her local St. Lucian team. We're here because we believe as advocates, we are pushing for the health, not just of the marriage, because we understand the marriage is a critical part of every community, but for the family. And so it actually begins with setting the foundation for couples to get to that place. You must go through that single phase of laying the groundwork for that intimacy. What does that look like? What does the commitment piece of the element looks like?
Right.
What does the passion look like?
Right.
How are we fostering that? Do we understand core values within our own personal journey to become one and then walk together in unison?
Let's talk about this. It's not the first one.
No.
You've conducted some before. I see
Yes.
Grenada part of the thing there.
Grenada has been, I'm from Grenada originally.
Are you crazy?
Yes, I'm Grenadian.
Come on.
Yes.
sis.
What
Come on.
about you?
Spice Girl to the
Let's
bone.
do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Spice Girl to the bone.
Right.
Spice Girl to the bone. So, right. You've conducted some of those. What has been the response? Are you satisfied that you've been meeting the mandate, getting that what it is, the message you want to get across?
Yes.
Are you satisfied?
Absolutely. Epic is the birth home, Grenada is the birth home for Epic. And because we were truly satisfied, but understood the calling was to go further and wider. Again, not by ourselves, but with others. We left Epic in the hands of the Sabacens,
Okay.
which are a capable couple to handle that in Grenada as we transition to other places.
Wonderful. So let's talk about it reaching here now. How did it? The capable hands were also
Right.
Grenadians?
No,
No, they're
no.
Lucian. They are
That's
Lucian.
right. They're
They're
Lucians.
Juju girls.
That's right. That is
You have your
correct.
own now. We can't show
Yes,
off.
indeed.
Right. So
Well,
how did you connect with
The greatest.
Grace?
good. RCI 101.1 FM Radio Land. We are really happy to be here. Thank you for having us. Yes, when we connected, how we connected, we have solutions everywhere.
Yes.
So Tanasha said she's Grenadian, but living in Atlanta, Georgia.
No.
And so we have our brother who is very St. Lucian,
Shout
living
out.
in North Carolina. And when he got the gist of Epic, he realized, oh my gosh, if this thing broke down into St. Lucia, we can really do a number on it. We need it.
Right.
So he started advocating for St. Lucia. He started feeding on to me. And I thought, well, we could just take care. Let me taste it. So I moved up to Grenada in March and I
Mhm.
attended the conference.
You were by the potted bug. No,
That's
that.
right.
I'm glad you did.
So I went in, my husband and I, we sampled it in Grenada in March and we were sold out. We came back and we said to Dr. Gray, it can't be Grenada a fourth year.
Yes.
Let it be St. Lucia
Right.
this fourth year, 2025. And we know, I'm saying to you now, we know that when we are done, we will be returning to St. Lucia with Epic.
Let me ask you, what was the selling point? What was that moment? Because you said, listen, don't tell me that. I want to see for myself. And you went over to Grenada, you and your partner. What made you realize? What was it about this deliverance that made you realize, hello, we need this?
The content of especially the Saturday night. The Friday is really a focus on the singles. But when we move to the Saturday night, Maureen, that is when it really got to us, especially the sessions where the men they were able to get into their own zone, into their own space,
Yes.
let out all what they needed to let out among
Ooh.
themselves, and the ladies remain in that zone of women and let out what we had to let out and then join back in as one group. The other selling one for me was the last day there is going to be this exchange of vows, that intimate moment with your spouse, just rekindling things, just refreshing each other. And it was a very gentle finish. When you're done with Epic, you are refreshed. Your love is refreshed, especially if you are well supported with your biblical values, your spiritual life, you get yourself well refreshed. So it's not just a retreat for you to get more tools, it's also a retreat. Just ease into each other, just cool and relax into each other, examining ourselves again, examining our relationship again. Where can we strengthen ourselves? And so it is so important that families, for example, for St. Lucia, we know family is the first thing for us. So when I studied it, when I moved out of the session, that is the Monday, I thought that's a goal. It's worthy of our time. So whilst non-profit, it is a non-profit venture. They have to break even. However, we are saying those of us who have agreed to give of our time, to give of our resources, we know that it's not going to be wasted. It is going to be well received and impact our family lives. So we are looking forward to have a club being filled with at least 200 young, not necessarily young. Once you are single, sorry for saying young, that's a figure and just a number. But we are hoping to see at least about 150 and 200 single people the Friday evening at Harbor Club. Have a beautiful panel of seasoned adults who can really speak to vision restored themed topics and to hear from our singles. There will also be a period of mingling with each other, discovering other young people. There may be some Grenadians, there may be Antiguans, there may be some from St. Kitts coming in. There will be St. Lucians. Mingle, discover each other, and who knows what these young persons would be walking out with. They
Absolutely.
may just be finding
Ah.
that
And then
perfect
you
person.
see, and a lot of the times that's where it starts.
Thank
It
you.
starts there. You have to start by first understanding yourself, knowing yourself, and understanding in preparing yourself for that. So somebody might say, "Well, there's a marriage counseling. What am I going to do there as a single?"
That's right.
Well, if you're planning to be a married person someday,
You might as well.
might
Yes,
as well.
that's right. That's right.
So,
And
so that's the connection, folks. Let's break down the event. It's going to be in 2015.
2025.
2025.
Yeah,
2025. Oh,
mhm.
I saw
We're
you.
going forward. Mhm.
Tell you about it. We should have had it back then, maybe. 2025.
2015, you're right.
That should have been since then,
True.
Probably would have saved a lot more
Quite
family
true.
homes and stuff like
Quite
that
true.
today. It's going to be here at the Harbour Club. It's
At
going
the
to be a 2-day,
3 days.
3-day conference.
Mhm.
So the first day is for the singles,
Friday the 21st,
right?
Mhm.
And the second day is
the
20
22nd and 23rd of March.
right. So what's the format it's going to take? So
Right.
singles on there
Mhm.
on the phone, and then the 20th.
Second and 23rd,
what
the
happens
couples.
Couples.
The
Okay.
couples. So there are some singles, we've seen it in the past, who are curious enough. I want to also do the
The five.
couples.
Oh yeah.
And they can walk in and do the couples. Well, they pay, of course, to do the couples as well. But these are those with, they've been so inspired. Let me hear from you all married people, how you all do it.
Yeah.
Because my intention is to move seriously to the next step. So we don't deny those.
Okay.
But because our numbers are limited, we are saying it would be first come, first serve. Married couples would be given priority, and I know they would move to get the tickets. So the young persons, the single persons who may want to do the couples as well, we would be looking at that closely to say, yes, after we know we've gotten our numbers and there is space, yes.
Absolutely.
But we not deny them because some of them find it's wholesome to just sit among the married ones and just listen on. Yes.
Right. What is the cover charge? We make contributions towards a venture of that sort, obviously. And where can we now obtain the access to these or as early as now?
Yes.
Absolutely, yes, yes. So we do have tickets on Eventbrite for
Right.
those who are online savvy.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have it on sourceofwellness.org because the tickets are $149 for the singles,
Mm-hmm.
US, $149 US singles. That is up to December 2024.
Early
That
bird
is the
special.
early
Early
bird
bird.
special.
Okay, great.
When you go beyond December, it will be 200 US.
Ah,
For the couples, it is 449 US for couples. And come January 2025, that price goes up to 600 US per couple. So we say to our solutions, singles and couples who really want to attend and have this experience, get there before ending of December 2024 and secure your space.
wonderful.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to what's the drive? You want to take home? Why should we be there? Give us some excitement now. I
Yeah,
know you know
listen.
you know what we should be there.
Yeah, so we have been planning and prepping for this. We believe if you want to do this thing right, it's important to be around like-minded people who are already doing it. And so we encourage you to come out and be optimized. Get yourself ready for what could be an epic experience, but also to transform the next generation. I think a lot of times we're talking about leaving legacies and we're only thinking finances. But what about these healthy relationships that others can look back to and say, okay, mom and dad did this,
Yes.
right? They were able to navigate through all of the challenges. I believe a healthy relationship, a marital relationship, is a legacy in
I
itself.
believe so as well.
Yeah,
Absolutely. In terms of who the offering,
right,
going to be having speakers.
right.
from,
We have
you know,
conference speakers coming in from regional and
Mhm.
international speakers, and a lot of local speakers are now coming up on the radar to say, yes, I want to partner with you. Let's do this together. So we'll be releasing that list pretty soon. We also have vendors who's going to be a part of what we're doing. Yeah. And so we have some individuals who actually have been participating
Okay.
both in the couples and in the single session. We like to give them an opportunity to come and just share briefly with us their experience, maybe the big takeaways that they've had back then from the last
Absolutely.
event, and just come and share. This is
Yeah.
your
Well, we love to
opportunity.
hear. I'm going to try to be sold here.
right. It's a time
Um,
when you can truly reconnect, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. And you are, sweetheart?
Glenisha McIntosh.
Okay. Tell me about your experience in attending this conference.
It's been absolutely wonderful. I mean, life
How has it
changing.
helped?
It has opened up my perspective, had me grow and learn in various ways because they not just teach you and equip you about what it's like to really get down in the nitty gritty. But I think on some aspects, there's a big psychological and spiritual aspect that really bring a sense of wholeness. It just elevates you to a whole nother level.
Wow. Where were you having some little sore points within the whole bonding and this? And, okay. Ah, that was hard to do, but eventually you grasp it and you realize
Yeah.
how valuable it was
Yes.
towards saving the whole marriage. And
Yes.
what you probably would have said, me too, that's why they wrote it. You just said no. And then you were able to reconnect and realize, no, this is what I
Yes.
want. This is what I
Yes.
signed up for. And
Yeah.
I'm going to do this. And I'm happy that I took that step.
Yes. Indeed. Even things that you may have felt like you were right. You get that realization that maybe I could have done it differently.
Yeah. So it really calls you
Yes,
to introspect and see
Yes.
how it is you
100%.
can contribute, or you may have been
Yes.
contributing to the upliftment of the downfall as
That's
well.
right.
So
That's
it
right.
really just calls you to check on
Yes.
yourself. Self-check. I like that.
Yeah, and two other, while Tasilka comes in to share, but two other points that we've been hearing is that couples are saying they love the team mindset
Ah.
that came out of it. They now come into this conference with just me,
Yeah.
but then they leave we
Us. We.
focused,
Uh-huh.
right? Yes. And then the other point is that they're saying that the real talks, the fact that Jason and I, when we get in there together with other speakers, we totally get it in a very authentic, real way. Like, come on, we got to be vulnerable. It's not all glory days.
Mhm.
Let's talk about the story
Yeah.
that has happened that brought you here now. So those are some things that we've been hearing.
Wonderful. What about yourself?
It was very impactful for me. At that point in time, I was going through a divorce.
Ah.
So being there, learning what I know now to take into my future, it's a wealth of knowledge and the communication, learning forgiveness, and that once you have God as the center of everything, anything is possible.
Right. Do you believe if you had this knowledge before, you probably would have been able to do things differently? Or maybe it's
Yes.
just a divine too sometimes. Things sometimes have to happen sometimes.
That's
so
true.
maybe you had to have that moment for you to be able to make more sense out of it, to be able to bring it into the future as well.
I agree.
Ah, wonderful. Well, time is against us, but
Yeah. Well, I want to
Very
give
fun
shout out
about
to Bernadette Henry, who's
Right.
traveled to Massachusetts with us.
I
John
agree.
Jeremy, who's been instrumental in connecting the St. Lucian team together with myself and my husband together.
No.
And just, the local team that's here on the ground. We have Deanne Morissette, Dawn Challery, Leon Theodore. We have folks.
Oh, you got
And,
quite a
and I
team.
mean, we've just even solidified Dylan and Jules.
Okay.
Yeah, as a
Wonderful.
saxophonist. So we were very
Wonderful.
excited about the future of
What's to
Epic.
come. Right. I'm sure this is not going to be the last we hear of this, but in the meantime, like you said, people can get tickets, or we can find out more about the conference. They can go on to you. Do you have a website or a
Source,
social media?
yes, source of wellness.
Source of Wellness.
.org. Source
Right,
of wellness.org.
sourceofwellness.org. So you could go on there if this picture interest,
Mhm.
go and find out more. You still have some time to prepare, but don't forget you have too much time because it's limited persons. So you
Early
need to
bird
get yourself in
special.
there early. Wonderful. Very, very nice.
Thank
work,
you
both
so
of y'all.
much.
Absolutely. We look forward to what's to come.
Thank
Yes.
you. We'll see you
Hopefully
again.
This helps to enhance the fabric as well.
Thank
Because
you.
the family is foundation and we need that.
Yes.
Absolutely. Guys, this is what we're talking about.
Hey there, couples. Are you ready to reignite that spark and soar like an eagle in your relationship? Welcome to Epic. I'm inviting you to join Epic Marriage Advocates, Doctors Jason and Tinasha Gray, for the 4th Epic Marriage Conference in the tropical paradise of Harbor Club, Marina Bay, St. Lucia. Whether you're looking to amp up your marital adventure with biblical-based principles, or you're single and seeking guidance for a future relationship, this Vision Restored themed retreat is just for you. The singles session kicks off on Friday, March 21st, with registration at 5 p.m. and session 1 starting promptly at 6. Discover practical keys and live examples for a fulfilling relationship. Get ready to unlock the secrets to love and connection. Couples, your journey intensifies on Saturday, March 22nd from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lunch included. Strengthen your bond, deepen your connection, and master the keys to a thriving marriage. And don't miss the grand finale on Sunday, March 23rd from 3 to 7 p.m. Learn how to dream together.